What's up everyone, it's your girl Brain Shanae, and today I have an unboxing for you and it's going to be from Fairyloot. This is the November combo box that I want to share with you all. I don't particularly remember the theme for November for the YA book and for the adult book, but we're going to find out together. So let's go ahead and get started with this unboxing. So as I open this box, this is what it looks like with all this stuff at the top to make sure that the books are protected, which I really do appreciate that because I know recently, not particularly Fairyloot per se, that a lot of books have been damaged and through shipping and handling and all that. So I really do appreciate that they do their best to make sure that the books are protected. So we're going to begin with the first book, and it has the Fairyloot logo, and then it says happy reading, and I feel like I could tell what book this is going to be. It's very chunky, and I have a feeling I know what this one is, and I know a lot of people weren't huge fans of the cover, but we shall see. So the theme for November for the adult book was by the sword, and here is the the little art print for November for the adult book. So we have this, and then the book, which I'm really excited to read. This is my first book by this author. I've heard good things and I heard some bad things. I didn't read any of her other series. I was like, you know what, I need a fresh start. So hopefully this book will be decent enough for me to read since it's my first time reading her. But it is Sword Catcher by Cassandra Clare, and this is the Fairyloot exclusive edition, which it's, you can see it's glossy, and then it's like matted in the background. I've seen all the other different editions. I was very surprised with this particular cover that they chose, but it is what it is. You can see the other covers, the UK covers, as well as the US editions of this particular book for Sword Catcher. I feel like a lot of people had special editions. I know Barnes & Noble had exclusive editions. Waterstones, I think, had an exclusive edition. So there's a lot of different editions for Sword Catcher by Cassandra Clare. But here is what it looks like the sprayed edges, which I really do love. You can't really, it's not out of focus, but you can see it right here. It's like a town, and you have like the night, there you go, it's like that. And then you have like the black on the end, and then you see that it has a tip-in ribbon in there, like bookmark. So as I take, let's see what it looks like as I take the desk jacket off. And to be honest, I really like the book like this, but and not have the dust jacket, in my opinion. But here's what it looks like without the dust jacket, which I think I prefer. Just keeping it 100 with y'all. I think I like this one preferably. But I have no idea what this book is about. Also, here are the end papers as well, which I'm sure they're scenes from the book. And of course it is signed by the author herself. But like I said, I don't know much about this book, but let's go ahead and read the synopsis and see what it's about. So let me go ahead and do that. So what it says here is, two outcasts have the power to change everything, but will they grasp the hand of destiny? In the vibrant city-state of Castellane, nobles and criminals have one thing in common: the constant search for wealth, power, and the next hedonistic thrill. Yet, as an impoverished orphan, Kel's prospects look bleak until he's stolen from his old life to enter a new one of luxury and peril. He's to become Prince Connor Aurelian's body double, shielding the prince from all dangers. As his sword catcher, he and Connor will become as close as brothers, yet Kel lives for one purpose: to die for Connor. Lynn Castor is an Ashkari physician, part of a community ostracized for its rare magical abilities. But after a failed assassination attempt brings her and Kel together, they are drawn into the web of the mysterious Ragpicker King, ruler of Castellane's criminal underworld. He offers each of them what they want most, but as Lynn and Kel sink deeper into his world, they uncover an extraordinary conspiracy. As long-kept secrets unravel, they must ask themselves, can forbidden love bring down a kingdom? And will their discoveries plunge their nation into war and the world into chaos? So, this actually sounds pretty good. I might actually give it a try, to be honest with you. Like I said, this is my first book that I'll be reading by Cassandra Clare. I know she has written the Shadowhunter Chronicles and all that stuff, but I'm not going to be reading them. So I feel like this would be my best bet to start out with her. But yeah, I think I really am willing to give it a try. It sounds interesting. It sounds up my alley, and I just haven't realized how like chunky this book truly is. Like it's chunky, y'all. But I do like the end papers. I do like the stencil edges. It's very pretty. I just think they could have did something a little more extra here. But overall, I'm excited and I can't wait to read it. So this is the adult book for November. Now let's get into the YA book, which I'm really I'm really curious, which I believe I know what this one is as well. And so the theme for the young adult book is Alchemy of Us, and here is the art print right here. And then we have the author note, which I'll be reading as well, because I feel like every author note that I read, I feel like it not only gives me inspiration, but it also can give you, like, inspire you as well. And here's the art print in the back of the author note right here. And then we have the book, which I actually do like this cover a lot, actually. I like all the different colors working with, all the different shapes and all that as well. So yeah, this is definitely a different cover I've never seen for this particular book. And that is The Scarlet Alchemist by Kylie Lee Barker. This is my first book that I'll be reading by this author. And here is the cover. This is also the different covers that we have, different editions for The Scarlet Alchemist. And I really love this cover, and I love what they've done with the end papers as well. It's really beautiful and stunning. I think they did a fantastic job with it, especially mixing all these different colors and stuff and aspects and stuff like that in it. And so as I take the dust jacket off, this is what it looks like. It's red, which is very pretty. It has that. And then on the end papers, this is what it looks like, which I think is also very stunning, which is going to be scenes from the book once I read it. But let me go ahead and read the synopsis for this particular book and see what it's about. And as it reads, it says, the principal rule of alchemy: you cannot create good without also creating evil. Xylan dreams of becoming a royal alchemist, escaping her impoverished village in southern China to make alchemical gold for the wealthy so they can stay young forever. But for now, she scrapes a living practicing an illegal form of alchemy, resurrecting the dead for a price. Then Xylan is offered the chance to travel to the capital and complete the imperial exams, facing a series of dangerous tasks that she'll be lucky to survive, let alone pass. The closer Xylan gets to her goal, the more she is caught in the deadly games of the royal family, especially when the crown prince seeks her help, suspecting a coming assassination attempt. There are monsters lurking within the palace walls, and it's only a matter of time before they and secrets of the Xylan's past catch up with her. A stunning young adult fantasy set in an alternative Tang Dynasty China, from the author of Keeper of Night. So, this sounds pretty interesting. Of course, it's signed by the author. Oh, man. And then we also have, like, you know, it has a note for Dear Reader as well. So maybe I'll read Dear Reader, because the note is definitely different from this one. So for this one, it says, Dear Reader, alchemy has become synonymous with magic in popular films and books, but contrary to popular belief, I can't talk right now, alchemy is real, or rather it was. You may have heard of Western alchemy in medieval times with the goal of turning lead to gold, but in ancient China, alchemists mixed together poisonous chemicals to create an elixir of immortality. 5 emperors died from trusting in their alchemist concoctions. This is where the truth ends and the world of the Scarlet Alchemist begins to unfold. In this story, the 6th ruler, the polarizing, charming, scheming Empress Wu Zetian, succeeded. But, just as in my first series, The Keeper of Night, I found that real history is a fertile ground for imaginative possibilities. The actual historical records from ancient times often tell us little from the perspective of the outcast, but fiction allows us to explore what they might have said. It is both terrifying and thrilling to start a new historical fantasy series over 1,000 years before the world of The Keeper of Night, my debut novel. I owe the success of that series in large part to the hardworking booksellers and librarians who supported it from the beginning, from the lovely indie booksellers who made it an indies introduced selection, to my very own library co-workers who suggested my books to any patron who walked by, to the wonderful staff at my local bookstore who hosted my launch event. It is a privilege to share my stories with you all. I hope you enjoy this journey into a world that might have been, and in many ways is not that different from our world. All my best, Kylie Lee Barker. So that was the note within to the reader who's going to be reading this book. I haven't read her other series, but now I feel like after I read this, I want to jump into her other 2 books that she read prior to this one. But let's read the author's notes. So it says, Dear Fairyloot readers, I've never had so much fun writing a book as when I wrote The Scarlet Alchemist, and I hope you can sense that joy and excitement when you read it. I'm thrilled to share this magical snapshot of ancient China with you all, including its diversity, colorful, often unbelievable history, rich culture, and big dreams that inspired this story. Most of all, I'm so happy to share a book that begins in Guangzhou. I'm hoping I'm saying it right, Guangzhou, where the Chinese half of my family is from. I hope you enjoyed this glimpse into how ancient China might have looked with just a little more magic. All my best. And it says Kylie Lee Barker right here. So yes, I'm really looking forward to reading this. Like, both of these books sound fascinating, and I'm trying to like find ways where I can read all these. I need to make it a goal, like each month that I get it, I need to find a way to read them both. That way I am not overwhelmed with all of these great books. So yeah, I feel like I'm going to try, maybe this will probably be books that I read in January, and then the other books that I get, I'll read in February. We shall see. I can't make any promises. But yeah, I'm really excited to read both of these. They sound actually very interesting, and I think it might catch my attention with just of what they both pertain to, and the storyline, the background of the story, and what have you. So I'm really looking forward to reading both of them. But that is it. That is my little unboxing for Fairyloot for November, for November's books. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please, please, please give me a thumbs up. Also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and that bell, and also that like button, and so, you know, that way you can be notified when I upload more videos in the future. But thank you all so much for watching once again, and I hope you are staying healthy and staying safe. See ya.